Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and we are back on the new map, this time with the Dolmel, which was just patched on Thursday. Dolmel, of course, is a 400 raid. It has a bunch of fun weapons, has beam guns in its arms, single stuns, double rapid fire, and do build stun. Missile pods in the chest, which also do build stun, and their amount of it was just increased to make them more effective. It also got a little bit more thruster capacity, a little bit faster, and some buffs to various buffers like the leg and the backpack, I believe. But yeah, the main things about the Dolmel is it has a really strong sliding downswing, which you're not going to see because that Engage Gundam was absolutely ready for me. Is the Engage Zero? Probably at 450. Yeah, it's a 450. Brain, come on. But yeah, besides that, it also has double sabers with a really good downswing, and also the spikes on its shoulders are heat weapons, and yeah, so it has a really strong heat nudge when that causes heavy stagger when enemies are standing, and as you just saw, when you use the shoulder charge downswing on the shoulder spikes, if you can, just kind of dig into the enemy and scrape across them when they're down, you can get like 4 or 5 really strong hits out of it. So, yeah, really a good weapon, just very, very situational use. Knew the Engage Gundam was going to, or Engage Zero, I think was just going to line up its shot and hit me, so yeah, and I apologize to that person, but yeah, I was just wanting to get the hit in, which I did, but now I'm going to die because, yeah, surrounded by the whole team. I think the rest of the people who were fighting them got wiped and they spawned back in, so yeah, early round things. Oh yeah, Dois Custom is here. Bought a fair number of Hygogs tonight as well, because that also just got patched, so looking forward to giving that a try again. Always liked it, but yeah, it is, of course, a very large target. It's been a pretty effective very large target, but that's not always the case, so apparently it got buffed. And here's a Pixie, which is now dead. The camper and I wound up working together a lot in this round, and relatively well. I actually remembered to use build stun weapons so I could fire around them and not stun them. That was, semi-responsible gameplay there. And here's that full armor Alex again. Of course, the full armor being a different thing from the Chobham armor. Chobham armor is a raid, interestingly, which, yeah, I want to take that out again sometime too. But, yeah, full armor Alex, yeah, that's the kind of damage you can do if you make full contact with that with those heat spikes on the shoulder charge. Again, the other two melee attacks, like forward and side, they're just nudges. They can be kind of difficult to land, but they also have yeah, there's a Hygog. They also have a benefit of being somewhat difficult to read if you are next to someone or behind them, because yeah, it's a little bit you just kind of the shoulder spikes light up, and then you just kind of like nudge over a tiny little bit, so it's not an easy thing to anticipate if you're not fighting someone head on. So yeah, it's got its uses, and I it took me a while to like make good use of it, but yeah, it's just a very situational thing. Just finding the right time to do that can be tricky. There is that full armor Alex again. It is probably calling for help, which means, yeah, Hygog is smacking me in the back, and the Engage Zero is with it, so that is not a great combination. I think Camphor probably either took out or heavily damaged that Alex, and yeah, Engage Zero was very much ready for what I was about to do, which was, try the heat nudge, and it just responded just perfectly. So yeah, Camphor and I are down. 4-on-2 was not manageable. And unfortunately, the other people who are in are now in trouble. So I'm going to try and land some support fire. I was hoping this would work out, but it did not. I planted support fire on that one. Since they are all headed this way, I fired my weapon on purpose so they would hopefully cluster around that checkpoint and hopefully try to take it. I don't believe they did, so yeah, I don't think I hit anything. But trying to bait them into taking the point and taking the sport fire, but I think it was a little too obvious about it. So, oh well. Let's see. There is that engage. I am going to ignore it in favor of something else, like this Alex again. Yeah, I have a lot of health on it, and it was not ready for me to just dive in with the quick melee moves. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes it is just better to just get in there with the neutral, which on your single beam saber, which is going to be one of your fastest attacks. Let's see. Zaku Machinery is backing me up now, which is nice. Nudge. Yep. Took the damage. Got a tackle off. Yeah. Doa's Custom's not bad. I did not have the nudge has a long re-ready on it, so I was not prepared to use it again. Should have gone with a different melee weapon. But in the end, using the tackle kept it still long enough for my allies to take it down, so I've got no complaints there. Alright, so yeah, 1,400 point lead, 2 minutes to go. Just time to keep fighting, and hopefully, not get ourselves in too much trouble. The Efreet Jaeger just marked the engage, I think it is. So, yeah, the engage is trying to base bomb. It's a pretty logical move at this point, I think, honestly. But, yeah, the Dolmel's missiles do not do enough damage to actually kill a pilot in one hit, but they had enough splash. So, managed to get the downswing on the shoulder in the directly into the shield where it didn't do any good. I let number 3 know, yeah, it was all clear. I should have done that sooner, but I wanted to get that mobile suit out so they couldn't respawn first. So maybe they did and I didn't see it, but regardless, yeah, as far as I know, it is all clear. And now with a minute left, we still have that 1,400 point lead, and we're all kind of at our base. I'm kind of scouting, but not trying to push ahead. Yeah, I need to be falling back now. But I know they're going to push, and I'm just trying to hopefully delay them, split them up, get some damage in. But I am also the closest thing to the entire enemy team, so this is kind of dumb. Got some damage in on the Doas while I was hitting the Hygog. I should have aimed for the Doas with that shoulder. But yeah, I am going to get focused down really hard here. And, but I'm going to probably try and take that Hygog out before I do. Nudge. Yep, got it. Or was that a melee swing? I think it was a nudge. But yeah, we now have a 2,000 point lead, give or take, so I definitely earned my keep. Managed to keep them from focusing us too hard, except for me. So, and yeah, managed to expand the lead just a little bit more, so that is good. Yeah, so winning round. I like how the Dolmel does on this map, and yeah, haven't used it in a while. It is pretty nice. I got top score at 3280, 79,000 damage, top diversions again, bright red and shiny. That kind of does that, and also I was charging the enemy team, and 6 and 3, which is decent. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so the specifics. It got another 1,500 hit points. Unit hit points went from 19k to 20,005. It got 5 points of speed, went from 135 to 140. Thruster capacity went up by 5 points from 70 to 75. I put some thruster parts on it myself when I took it out. I usually build this for defense just because it tends to be a little bit fragile. This specific time I built mostly for ballistic defense, I believe. Gained one slot each in the 3 locations, so it's now close 18, mid range 10, long range 7 instead of 17 9 6. They increased its leg buffer from level 1 to level 2, and upper levels apparently also got an enhancement. So yeah, I think at level 1 that's 15% leg damage reduction if I'm remembering right, or is it 10? Either way, it's better than it was. Backbinder special cushioning went from level 2 to level 3. So yeah, less damage if it hits the, well, it says backbinders, but I think they should be propellant tanks. Either way, If it gets hit on the sticky outy parts on the back, it will take less damage. Beyond that, with from level 2 and up, this was the level 1. Its maneuver armor went up from level 2 to level 3. So it should get both stun protection and damage reduction when it's boosting, I believe. Chest missile pod got higher build stun, as I said. Wasn't suffering too badly. The average win rate for raids at 450 is 50.5%. It was down to 47.5. We've seen way worse than that. Very similar numbers for rival wins, 50.3 across all 450 raids, 47.4% for the Dolmel. It was actually above average on damage. 69,762 is the average raid type average, and Dolmel was doing 70,897, so about another 1,100. But it was also losing a whole 3/10 of mobile suit more every round, which is actually not great. So yeah, that's the B4. On the 500, the level 2 win rate average across all raids 50.8%, 47.7 for Dolmel, 51.1 rival win for raids, 47.8 for Dolmel. Here it was actually lower on damage. The average damage for raids is 74,967, and it was doing 73,209. Interestingly, though, even though it was doing less damage, also had a less severe loss rate by a tiny little bit. 3.5 raid average to 3.7 for the Dolmel. So, yeah, it's hopefully the new. Hopefully the upgrades will do what they wanted them to do. We will find out in a month because they will, as always, post the numbers they've gathered in the intervening month to show how well the buffs actually